Hello and welcome. My name is Louise. This is 60 minutes intermediate practice. We'll do a lot of inversions as well as flowing. We'll start today in a child's pose, so the big toes together. Take your knees so they're hip width apart. Relax your stomach, your chest in between your thighs. You can have your arms in front of you. Deep breaths in and out. Feel the side ribs expand against the inner thighs, against the inner knees as you inhale. And feel that contract as you exhale. Also take the breath into your back body, lower back, mid back, upper back, chest. Deep full inhales and exhales. You can start to reach your arms a little more forward, elongate the arms a little more forward, so you can come up on the fingertips and stretch them forward. And then slowly walk your hands back in towards you. Knees together. We'll take the arms out to the side and just circle the hands upward and circle the hands downward. So turn your palms and your arms upward and turn your palms down and back and up and forward and down and back. Forward and up and down and back. Getting shoulders to move, the arm bones to stretch, the hands, the wrists to open, the chest to open. And just kind of pulsing your hands forward and upward, pulsing the hands up. Build a little strength in the shoulder area and the upper back. Pulsing the hands out to the sides again. And staying straight out from the shoulders. You can turn your palms backwards and pulse slightly backwards. And turn the palms down, pulsing slightly downward. And turn the palms up, pulsing upward. Just small little pulsing. And then make some circles with the arms. Circle around, circle around. Circle around the arms. And switch direction. Breathe in, breathe out. All the way around. Big open circles here with the arms. And the other way too. Good. Just circle hands up on the shoulders. Circle the elbows around, the arms around. Good. Slow shake out the feet down. So if you sit back towards your heels, you can try to lift the knees and slide your hips and heels backwards. So maybe the heels can come to the ground and then you rock forward again. And then turn the hands outwardly and back. You turn your fingers outwardly and backwards towards the knees. With the hands underneath the shoulders, cat pose as you round the back, arching the back into cow. Cat pose as you round, arching the back into cow pose. Rounding into your cat, arching into your cow position. Breathe in and out. You can lift the palms and get a nice stretch in your fingers. So the fingers are staying down on the ground. You're just trying to lift the palms up off the floor and stretch and bending the elbows towards you. Shake out the hands. Now we'll turn the palms up instead. So the palms facing up, top of the hand is down. You can also make a little fist and bump the fist together. Like I'm showing here, with a bump the fist together and I bend and straighten the elbows. Rock a little side to side. And shake out the hands. Good. Circle the spine around. Your hands underneath the shoulders, the hips, knees underneath the hips. You just circle the spine around in one motion and then the other way too. You know, all to loosen up. The pelvis, the hips to loosen up. Now sweep the right arm up towards the sky and slide it underneath towards your left, and we'll do that a couple more times. Up to the sky, underneath towards the left. Up to the sky, underneath towards the left. One more time. Up to the sky and underneath towards the left. Last one. Up to the ceiling and then back underneath you. Last one here. Staying down on the right shoulder. Ground down through your left palm. You may want to straighten your left leg and lift the foot up. You may want to reach back with the left hand and catch a hold of the foot. And kick your shin and foot up towards the sky. And then straighten the leg and come on out. Extend. So bring the hand behind the head. Elbow goes up to the ceiling and back down towards your left elbow. Right elbow up to the sky and back down towards your left. Open up and release the palm down. As you take the other side here, left arm goes up and slide the left arm under and back up to the sky and underneath you. And again, reach it up and reach it under and reach it up and under. So one more, you reach it up to the sky and under. And one more, up to the sky and under. Stay down on your left shoulder, press down through your right hand, reach back through the right leg, and then you can bend the right knee, extend a leg up towards the sky, maybe grab a hold of the foot with the right hand, kick the shin up towards your hand, your foot up into the hand. Breathe in, breathe out. Eventually putting your knee back down. As you come up to all fours, left hand behind the head, elbow to the ground, elbow up, elbow to the elbow, elbow up, elbow to elbow, elbow up to the sky. Elbow to elbow, elbow up, elbow to elbow, and elbow up. And then reach up through the left arm and release the hand down. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, come up into downward dog. Stretch a bit there. You can bend the knees and move the hips side to side. Anything that feels good. I'll bring the knees in, one knee at a time towards the chest. Alternating one knee at a time towards the chest. You stay in that plank position, shoulders over wrist. Hips in alignment with the shoulders. And you're just pulling the knee in, pulling the knee in, pulling the knee in. And then from there, as you pull the knee in, maybe you can lift the foot back and up. Pull the knee, lift the foot up, knee in, lift the foot. Again, alternating, lifting the foot, knee in, lift the foot, knee in, lift the foot, alternating. Activating the glutes and the hamstring muscles. And find some stillness in plank. We'll put the knees down, take a puppy stretch. Stretching the heart down towards the ground. So if you can turn your palms to face one another, you lift the right arm. You're on the edge of the hand, just lifting one arm and then the other, lift one arm and then the other. So the edge of that right hand, edge of that left hand, lifting alternative. Stretching with the palms facing down. Good. Laying down onto the stomach, finding a sphinx pose. You can elongate down through both of your legs. Reaching the tailbone towards the heels. Tucking the toes under. Activate the legs a little more here. Just stretch down through the heels. And feel like you're stretching your chest forward and you're pulling your forearms, flesh backwards. And then we're going to round the back and arch the back as you inhale. And exhale again, round the back. Try to lift the stomach. Inhale to arch, melting the heart forward. Exhale as you round, tucking the chin in. Inhale as you're arching, pulling the chest forward. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you arch your back. Exhale as you round your back. tuck the toes, we'll lift the hips up. Hold this little form plank. You got your shoulders sort of over the elbows. And then you roll your feet to the right side. As you find your balance, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Underneath your left side there and back up to the sky. So left arm coming underneath the right side there and back up to the sky. Long straight legs. Left arm coming under, wrapping underneath the ribs, up to the sky again, over the head. And put the form back down. Stay on the left forearm now. And as you reach your right arm up, inhale, exhale, right arm underneath you and back up. So the right arm wraps underneath the left rib cage, back up to the sky, back underneath the left rib cage, back up to the sky, back underneath the left rib cage, and upward, and then reach it forward over the ear, long straight body, and putting the forms down. Walk in the feet for your dolphin pose. Relax your head. The head is not really touching the ground per se. It's just hanging in between the arms. Now take your right arm out to the right side so you can stay stable on the feet. You can always separate the feet wider. And as you pull your right arm in front of your chest, maybe you can bend your left knee in towards your chest and lift the foot. Find that balance. Sit the foot down, sit the form down. And as you feel balanced, left arm out to the left and see if you can slide that left forearm in front of the ribs. And then take your right knee, right thigh in towards your chest. So finding balance there, right knee, right thigh towards the chest. So you're just on one arm, one foot basically. And put the forms back down. Dolphin pose. In dolphin pose, you can lift your heels up and down. And you can also find some stillness in the dolphin pose. Slowly bring your knees to the mat and come up into downward facing dog, stretching your down dog. Walking the hands back towards the legs. Bend and straighten knees. You can bring the hands behind the head and tuck the chin gently in towards the chest. You roll up slowly, little by little, and rolling back down. So you're rolling up and back down. Just coming up about halfway or so, and then coming slowly all the way, and then back down. Rolling up slowly. You can arch your back, chest opens, and then close it again. Tuck the chin in. And again, the knees are bent. You roll up slowly. Start to arch the back. Lift the chin up and back. And then tuck the chin in. Head goes in. Coming down. Coming back up. You're just rolling up through the spine and then rolling back down. Articulating through the vertebrae. Up again. And down again. Good. And then as you come up, go ahead and shake out the arms a bit. Take the feet a bit wider than your hips and lean over towards your left side. You can take that right arm up and over. Come on up. You place your right hand down. Reach the left arm up and over. Taking that side stretch towards the left. And again, you're stretching up and over. And then one more time, stretching up and over. Shake out the legs. Face the front of your mat, reach the arms up towards the sky, saluting the sun. Fold forward, Uttanasana, exhale. You can always bend the knees on the way down. Inhale, reach the chest, come up halfway, Ardha. Bend the knees and then step back into a plank position. You can set your knees down, you can round the back and slowly lower down the thighs, the hips, and eventually the stomach area. And then roll up into a cobra position. You're staying on your thighs, lifting the chest up and back, rolling back down. Come up onto all fours, round the spine, sitting towards the heels into a child's pose. Again, you're going to roll forward. You have that rounded spine. You lower down your thighs, your hips, your belly area, your chest. Roll the shoulders back and lift the chest into a cobra position. As you lift the hips up, stretch into child's pose. Again, you roll it forward. You lower down your thighs, your hips, eventually the belly, the chest coming down. Ground into the palms, roll the shoulders back, lifting the chest into a cobra position. And then round the spine as you sit towards your heels, child's pose. Roll forward, lay down the thighs, the hips, belly area. Press through the hands, inhale into a cobra. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back into a child's pose. Inhale, roll forward, lower down. And then we'll come up into downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the hands or jump forward. Come up halfway, Ardha. And exhale, fold in. Inhale to stand up, sweep the arms up and overhead. And release the arms, Samastiti. Again, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Walk back or jump back into plank. You can lower down the knees, round the spine, and lower down the thighs, the hips, the belly area. Find your way into cobra, ground into the hands and feet. Roll the shoulders back. And then round, sitting towards child's pose. Coming forward again. Lower down your thighs and your hips and your belly area. Shoulders rolls back. Inhale up into cobra. Roll the hips up and back into child's pose. Exhale. Coming forward, you roll forward. Lay down the thighs, the hips, and eventually the belly. Coming to cobra and then down into downward facing dog. From the downward dog, you can always jump forward or just walk to the hands, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen forward halfway. And exhale, fold it in. Inhale to rise up, stand tall, reach arms up, tailbone stays in. Samastiti, release the arms. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, lengthen out. You can jump or step it back. And you can put your knees down. You can round the spine once more. Curl, lay down the thighs, the hips, tummy. Roll forward into cobra position. Maybe you lift your knees and thighs into up dog. And hips up into downward dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Ground into both of your hands, thumb and index finger. Reach the right leg up and back. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Stretch your thighs and hips back. See if you can square the knees and hips so that you turn the right knee a little in, but also upward. So you reach the right knee to the sky. Lengthen up out the left hip, the left thigh as well. Now with the right knee coming in, we're finding a pigeon pose, right shin behind the hands. Scoot the left knee and hip back. Make sure you're nice and grounded. You can always sit on a little blanket. Take the hands up in cactus arms and see if you can reach the wrist and the hands back. Reach the wrist and the hands back. Backwards and backwards and backwards. From there on, we'll slowly come on the fingertips and lift the chest and lower the chest over the right leg. Lifting the chest, roll it up and roll it down. Nice and smooth, transitioning. Plant the palms, ground into your left foot, sweep the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, roll the hip open. We'll flip it backwards into a wild thing. And turn the chest inside out, reach with that right arm, press down through your right foot and your left foot. And come on back. Stretch the right leg up to the sky. And then step the right foot outside the right hand for a lizard lunge. And you can move your hips a little side to side, right to left, left to right. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll pivot around to the left leg and find a side lunge, Skandasana on the left side there. Maybe hands in Namaste. You can also bring the forearms down. I'm going to sit down and see if we can slide the left knee in towards the right and back up. Left knee in towards the right and back up. From there on, we'll sit in between the left heel. The right leg is straight. The thighs are turning inward. Your arms can reach up to the sky and then forward over the right leg. Like you're reaching your hands forward past your foot. So I like to interlace my hands and have the index finger reaching forward. From now on, you could just put your fingertips down too in case that's easier for you, and come up and sit. Planting the right foot in front of you. Lift the hips up. You may or may not bring that left knee up. You can keep the left knee down too. I'll put it on the ground there for now and stretch chest and arm up and back. Lifting the hips back up so the knee comes off the ground, and then put it back down. Planting the right foot on the hands and coming into a plank position. You want to scoot your feet backwards and the hands forward and round the spine like you do in your handstand. This is a little prepping for handstands, for example. This will build strength in the upper back. So good for us. And then lifting the right foot and lifting the left foot on the forearms there. The right foot comes up and then the left foot. Walk in the feet eventually, finding your dolphin position. Trying to get your hips up over the elbows. And maybe lift one leg up and maybe try to play with finding balance on your forearms with Pincha Mayurasana. You can always go to the wall. Good. Downward facing dog. Shifting into plank position. Sitting the forearms down, shifting forward. Sitting the forearms down, shifting forward like a little push-up. Elbows down, forward like a little push-up. Belly stays in, elbows down. Dolphin. Here we have a little puppy stretch. I like to bend the elbows and bring the thumbs towards the back of the head there. Coming up slowly to downward facing dog. Taking the left leg to the sky, bend the knee, roll the hip open. Stretch the lower right leg as well as the left. We'll square the hips off and reach the left knee up and back. Straight behind you and up, and even lift up through the right hip, the right thigh. Pull the knee in, into a pigeon position. Slide that left foot forward. Scoot the right leg back, the right knee, the right foot backwards. Sitting up tall. Take your arms out to cactus arms. And again, see if you can get your wrists to come backwards, your forearms to go backwards, your wrists and your forearms to go back. Put the hands down. You're going to lift the chest and lower the chest out over the left leg. Lifting the chest like a little curl up and down. You can also do this without the hands. So you're creating waves in your spine, up and down. Plant the palms, lift up, left leg to the sky, bend the knee, roll the hip open. You want to flip it backwards and land. Press deeply into your left foot. Reach out. Reach with that right arm. Breathe in, breathe out. Left leg to the sky, stretch it nice and long. And then stepping the foot outside, left hand. Wiggle the hips a little, right, left, and right, and left. You're going to pivot down towards the right leg into Skandasana, side lunge. Hands will come namaste. You can also just keep the hands down on the mat. Point and flex your left foot. I like to lean the torso in between the thighs. Then you can sit down, try to get that right knee turning in towards the left knee and back up. Right knee turns in towards the left and back up. Right knee turns in towards the left. So you're sitting inside that right heel, both buttock browning. You're reaching your arms up and forward over the left leg. So you can reach the hands forward. If you could interlace your hands and reach the index forward, just stretch it out. Breathe in, breathe out. Planting that left foot. Have the left hand behind you, right arm reaches up and over. Maybe you can lift the right knee. You can also set the knee down and reach back with the right arm. And come up out of that. Plant the left foot with the hands forward. Coming through the plank position where you slide the feet back and the hands forward, feet back, hands forward, really wide and long plank position. You're rounding the back, you're tucking the hips and the front ribs in. And then you sit the forearms down slowly, there's your forearm plank. And then move the right knee to the right arm, left knee to left arm, right knee to right arm, left knee to left arm, right knee to right arm, left knee to left arm, and continue like that. You breathe in and out. And then find some stillness eventually. You can walk in your feet. So you find your dolphin position. Lifting up the left foot now. Hips over the elbows and shoulders, and maybe see if you can go upside down. You can always use the wall, of course, for balance. You can pause the video anytime and play with it on your own. With the knees bent, we'll try to lift the elbows off the ground. The knees are hovering, the elbows are hovering, and you're shifting into a plank position. Chaturanga, basically up dog. And then downward dog. You can always rewind that if you didn't quite get it the first time. Lifting the right leg up, keeping the knee bent, roll the inner thigh in and back. You kind of move that knee in and up. And then pigeon pose, right leg forward. Scoot the left knee back, scoot the left foot backwards. Sitting tall here, over the hips. Again, up to cactus arms. Now coming down forward halfway over the leg and back up. Halfway over the leg and back up. Breathe in, breathe out. Energy with the hands forward. You can lie down over the foot. And you can also take that left hand, right hand a little closer to the left. Lay the left forearm down and reach the right arm forward. So the left forearm is underneath your forehead and the right arm reaches out to the left, a little diagonal to the left side. You're reaching over to the left side. Then coming up again, take that right knee and bend it, left knee and bend it. And so you can slide that left knee behind you. So the knee is still bent. You're sliding that left leg back. So the right leg is bent in 90 degrees and the left leg is in 90 degrees. And as you could, with the left leg behind you, the other knee is bent, the heel reaching back. The arms goes up, you may grab the right wrist. And you can plant the palms and take it back to down dog and find your side plank on the left arm. The right knee can stay bent. You can either grab your knee, you can even reach and grab your big toe and extend both of your legs nice and long. Stretch both of your legs nice and long. Step it behind you as you take your little back bend here. Push for the feet and roll on back to down dog. As you roll forward, line down onto your hips and thighs, finding an up dog, and then back to down dog. Taking your left leg up, kind of move that thigh knee inward as you reach your back and up. Knee and thigh in as you reach your back. So you're not externally rotating, you internally rotate that left leg. Pigeon pose on the left side, left shin in front of you, behind the hands, behind the forearms. Make sure you scoot your right knee back, your right thigh bone back. You can lift the arms up in that cactus arm when you feel ready. And then you lean forward over the left leg and back up. You'll lean forward over the left leg and back up. So just coming down about halfway and then back up. Take your arms down, fold over the leg. And again, you can walk your hands over to the right side. Place the right forearm underneath your forehead and extend the left arm out diagonally to the right. Walk it back in. Now bend the right knee 90 degrees to the right side and scoot the right leg behind you. So we can really bring that right leg, even though it's bent behind you, as far over kind of height with the hip area, and you take your arms overhead, grab a hold of the left wrist, and you still pull that right leg back, the right foot backwards. You're stretching up out of the hips, out of your groins, out of your lower back, stretching upward. Breathe in, breathe out. Place the hands down in front of your leg. Tuck your right toes on the three-legged down dog. Roll the left side open into a side plank. Ground through the right big toe. Maybe grab a hold of your knee or grab a hold of your big toe of that left foot and extend the leg up towards the sky. Reach and lengthen, reach and lengthen, reach and lengthen. Breathe in, breathe out. Step behind you, flip it backwards, push through the feet. Push with both of your feet, opening up slowly. As you come on back into downward facing dog. Walk in the feet. See if you can come up high on your tiptoes as you walk it in. Ground through the hands, lift up through the shoulders, press down through the arms. Feel like you're doing a handstand here. You're pressing through the arms, your hips are up over the shoulders, and you can come out of it slowly, coming onto your knees. So setting the forms down. And again, you can walk it in and try to see if you can find your balance here on the forms. Pincha Mayurasana, as you call this position. Again, you can use the wall if you need a little help of finding your balance. Really lift the buttocks up towards the heels, stretch up, buttocks to the heels. You could look forward at your hands there. Coming down slowly, take child's pose to rest. Breathe in and out. Good. From here on, we'll go ahead and come up slowly. Now you can also play in your handstand, meaning your arms stay straight. Right, you can kick up to the wall. I'm just using a little beam here to be right over center over the hands there. Finding balance, you can use the wall to kick up to. I'm going to try again. Do a handstand. Again, you got your shoulders right over your wrist. You're pushing the floor away. Pushing the floor away. Try to lift the hips up over the shoulders. Trying to find that balance, teeter-totter feeling. It really depends. You got to try to get those front ribs in. Front ribs in. It's going to help you a lot when you go upside down. From down dog, stepping the right foot forward. Find your way into a warrior two, heel to arch alignment. So front heel lined up with your left inner arch. Open through the left arm, left shoulder, left ribs. You can circle the arms a bit around here. Feel you got your shoulders right up over your hips. You open up through the inner groins, inner thighs, and side angle pose. Right hand maybe outside the right foot or on a block. Left arm over your head. And again, stretch the front of your chest forward. Front of your chest forward. Keep the tailbone in. Left arm can bring on the left hip. So we're going to step out into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Lifting that left leg. Work the right hip in. Maybe when you feel balanced, you can lift the left arm up towards the sky. Maybe take your gaze to the side or even take your gaze up towards your hand. Eventually we'll square off the hips, elongate the legs. Left hand stays down below you. Right arm twisting to the right side and up. Lengthen through that left leg, reach to the right arm. Turn and spin your chest to the right. Twisted half moon. Parita Ardha Chandrasana, as you call this one. Take a nice big step back, finding a high lunge with a twist. So you're still turning your torso to the right side there. Maybe the right hand comes down, the left arm goes up towards the ceiling. Good. Hands goes up to the sky as you square your chest forward and bring the hands into Namaste. We'll take that left knee behind the right calf, out to the right, and behind you again. So just trying to find some balance here, some mobility balance. See if you can bend the back knee, let it hover, and straighten slowly the front leg. So the back leg bends and the front leg straightens, and vice versa. And then again, the hands in Namaste. The left leg goes behind the right calf. And again, you're stepping that right foot back. Bending into the left leg. Almost see if you can bring your left fingertips behind you towards the calf. And forward again. Now set the left knee down. Grab a hold of the left foot for a low lunge. Stretch. A thigh stretch. Lift up so that left quad muscle. Lift up to the left hip crease, the left hip flexor. Maybe the right hand stays next to you on the right side, on the block or the mat. Roll the chest up and back. Go, we'll straighten the right knee out, half split. Lengthen the chest down over the right leg. Maybe take a full split here, Hanumanasana. You can always sit on a block, put it underneath the right hamstring there, or a blanket underneath the right hamstring, or a bolster if you have that. Maybe hands goes up to the sky if you feel balanced. And then fold down over the right leg. I'm going to walk the hands a little to the left and slide the right leg out to the right and behind as you find your cobra or up dog here. Lift the hips up and back, child's pose. Roll the chest open and then take it up to downward dog. Left foot steps forward and find the warrior two here first. You got that heel arch alignment, opening the groins and the thighs. Reach the buttocks down. Rotate the arms around, rotate the arms around. Left arm reaches outside the left foot. And the right arm goes over the head. And keep the hips in, keep the tailbone in, keep the buttocks in. Stretch your chest up and back, up and back, up and back. Roll the chest up and back. Take the right hand to the right hip. Walk the left hand forward. And find your half moon position, Ardha Chandrasana. You can always put a block below your hand for more balance. If you feel to find the balance, you may even turn your gaze to the right side there, or even up towards your hand. Tailbone stays in. Now with the right hand down, you square off the pelvis, the hips. Right hand stays down, left hand on your hip or even up to the sky. So turn your torso to that left side. Keep reaching to the right leg, keep lengthen up through the left leg. Turn your navel, turn your ribs to the left. Breathe in and out. Good, take a nice big step back, find a high lunge. And you're still twisting to that left side. And maybe the left hand slides down the back of the left leg. And the right arm goes up. You can also bring your hands slowly up to the sky and towards the heart. So that right knee comes behind the left calf, out to the left, and your big step back. Once you come up, again we'll bend the back right knee and straighten the front left leg. Find the balance. And again, stand on your left leg, bring that right leg behind you. And step it backwards as you bend into the right leg, straighten one more the left. Set the right knee down, grab a hold of the right foot for a low lunge stretch. Pull that right leg forward, lift up through the right thigh, lengthen up through the stomach. Maybe the left hand next to the hip or on a block. And curl the chest up and back. Curl your chest up and back. We'll take a half split. Lengthen the front left leg, flex the toes up, lean your heart down over the leg. And you can also come into a full Hanumanasana, full split. And if you feel balanced, perhaps even take the arms up towards the sky. Again, you can sit on a block or blanket. Maybe lay down over the left leg. Play with that feeling. Take your hands over to the right so you can slide the left leg back into your cobra position or up dog position. Lift the hips up and back into a child's pose. Roll forward onto all fours, lower down the thighs, your hips down, and your stomach coming up into cobra. And again, pull the hips back, downward dog. Stretch your down dog, neutralizing the body. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll come onto the knees and shins. Have your knees hip width apart, your feet hip width apart. You can always put a blanket underneath your knees if it bothers you. I start with the hands on the buttocks and hips, and I lift my chest up and back, and maybe bring the hands to the feet. The feet can also be tucked under, or you can put blocks underneath the feet or next to them, and put the hands on blocks. Rolling the chest up and back. Once you lift your chest up, go ahead and sit down on your heels and rest and recover. Deep breaths, yeah. Neutralizing the spine. Roll the spine up and back and down and forward. Good. We'll do that camel pose once more. Really lay the shins into the mat, lay the feet into the mat, lay the ankles into the mat. You find your camel pose, chest up and back. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Downward dog, stretch it out. Roll forward onto your belly, find your cobra or up dog, and then back to down dog. You can always jump forward or walk forward to the hands. And then see if you can come into a little crow pose. Rounding the spine, knees into the back of the arms. Try to lift the feet up towards the bum. push the floor away. Take a little breather, take a little break. And then we'll walk the hands in between the legs. So the arms goes in between the legs. The arms goes in between the legs, and you're trying to walk the hands backwards, but the fingers pointing forward. You can put hands up on blocks. You can sit up on the arms there. So I even took my hands behind the calf and scoot my chest a little more under. And just sitting on my arms there. My hands are facing forward. Maybe you can lift the feet up one at a time. Maybe you can find your Titibhasana here. By sitting on the upper arms, you squeeze the upper legs in, the inner thighs, squeeze around the arms as you lift up the feet. Belly scoop up and in. So the arms in between the legs and the chest in between the legs. You can try to get those shoulders in between the legs. The hands actually facing backwards now, the fingers pointing back. I lift my heels up and try to get my chest a little closer in between my legs. I get my torso a little closer in between the legs as the heels lifts. Good. We'll go ahead and sit down into a straddle pose. Open up the legs to the side. You can always scoot your hips a little more forward. Try to lay the thighs into the mat, lay the hamstring into the mat, lay the legs down into the mat. And you can walk your hands forward as you fold between the legs. Good. You can lean over to your right side, scoot the left arm up and over. As you come up, we'll do the other side, left arm under, right arm over. As you come up, you may go one more time forward in between the legs, toes pointing up towards the sky. Lay the thighs into the mat, lay the hamstring into the mat. Baddha Konasana, sole the feet together, knees wide. You can rock your knees up and down. And then if you lean a little to the right, you can lay that right thigh down. If you lean a little bit to the left, you can lay the left leg into the mat. So you're just kind of leaning a little bit to one side to get that thigh down, and lean a little bit to the other side to get that thigh down. I like to turn my feet upward and see if you can get the forearms down. Sitting on a little blanket also helps. Sometimes even having something in front of you, putting something on top of your feet. It could be a bolster or blanket, can also help to put the forearms down. Go, bring the knees together, shake them out. Slowly lying down on your back. Sitting up for a little twist here on your back. So scoot your hips a bit over to... No, actually you will come up into bridge pose first. So plant the feet hip width apart. Just circle your hips a bit around as you lift them up. And circle the opposite way. Just another way to kind of neutralize the pelvis, the hips, the lower back after stretching them. Now we do a nice twist. Hips goes to the right, drop knees on your left side. Slow, easy twist here. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe down the spine. You can also do the other side. Scoot your hips a little to the left, drop knees on the right side. Good. We'll go ahead and slide out into Shavasana, corpse pose. Lying down. Letting the body become still and quiet and relaxed. The palms are facing up. We'll slowly start to reawaken the body, making small little movements. You can even bend your knees, plant your feet. You can roll over to the side and slowly come up and sit. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Namaste, everybody. Namaste.